Итак, всем привет, мы продолжаем играть в диске Elysium. Так. Что вообще у нас по заданиям-то? Так, это у нас потеряно. Ага, к отцу Клуна надо пойти. Точно. Ну, мы... Так, думать, куда? Куда, как? Ага. А там я был? По-моему, не был. Опа.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare, unjacked, chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is a tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
Ох,
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle
жалко его.
hurrying to work. The wind moves the aerosol. A detective.
Чё, кстати, сколько мне надо? А, мне 100 опыта каждый раз надо. Цена не повышается ни на сколько. А, сюда нельзя. Эх. Как-то заканчивается на этом. Ну ладно. Нам на тот берег. Недавно просмотрели. Ладно. Так, ну тут у нас больше ничего. Во. Эту ловушку мы смотрели уже.
Nothing has changed about it.
Понятно. Осталось где-то последняя. Но все эти я набрал случайно. Опа, а это что? Это я сюда не заходил. Пропустил как-то. Может, это только сейчас открылось? Плюс одна эмпатия, минус логика. Байкеры, полицейские. Я думал, тут написано боксеры. Ну ладно. Перевернутая звезда. Я уже забыл, что это символ коммунизма, да, там? Что-то такое. Или что-то... Или хз. Так, туда я не пройду, да? Видимо, так. Так, надо отнести еще это чучело. Опа, люди приехали. Ладно. А выебать мир?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage.
Well, I appreciate the interest you take in my brute.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality.
I can tell you who we're not, cop.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skull.
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future.
Ну, короче, какая-то банда
by the way,
вандалистов, да, ведь так
Give her our
говорится?
regards.
Вандалов, во, да?
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
It's a threat. An impotent threat of violence.
Whoa! Come on, man! We just talked.
Yeah, no need to throw your authority in our face.
You wanna talk? Let's talk, boys. Ask them. The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there is...
Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, we are. We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, because we can be just as psycho and vicious.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be...
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Besmatine, or the Besmati, the Amu.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever.
Possessing an infinite
Yeah,
amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus op.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his da...
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock. Or you can find them loitering.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom like's a wretched aggressive.
What about them? Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, what I mean by this is, we are all...
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least...
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the...
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you get more fish in a shorter time. And for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing.
Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and...
Yes? Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan. What are you implying? I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace seems about right, especially consider...
That's an origin story.
So are we done here? Or... You don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Murder? Yeah, sure. We'll gladly
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged for...
Yeah,
These punks don't know any...
Hey! Stop that!
Ah, this sounds like epistemology. A field so occupied by
сложные слова.
thought that it begins to question thought itself.
Exactly. How can one know shit?
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter? So what do you think we know?
Так, подождите. Секунду. Куртки, конечно, топ, да? Но надо их заполучить. Так. Увеличим шанс еще повыше. Сейчас. Найти бы еще. У меня точно что-то было, хоть что-то одно на сумрак. Я помню. Во, вот это было. Так, ну и больше, видимо, ничего, да? О. Ага, так, хорошо. Это чё? Это шапка.
That ride is fucking.
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead.
No, no, no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. Suggest their massive skulls. Come on.
What? No. Skulls don't have kings.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them.
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup.
He gets it.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
Oh, man. Okay.
Fuck.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
Блин, я не смотрел на их показатели еще, но на них же.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you. This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hell.
Cold-hearted cop.
The need will not.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with "piss" written on his back,
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Ну, плюс куртки. У меня так-то есть уже на сумрак, так что... Да и не обе мне не особо так нужны, на самом деле. Ну, красиво, да.
You finally made it, haven't you? Where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale? You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and cool. In fact,
Ну, вот это вот, конечно, получше выглядит. Так, дайте мне обратно одеться. Что там на мне были? Перчатки другие. Точно помню. Вот эти. Что-то еще на мне было, по-моему. Другое, но я не уверен. Ладно, по-моему, ничего другого. Я думаю, одеть... Так, что там плюс 2 мне дает? Что-то плюс 2 логика, по-моему, было, да? Вот эта шапка. Ну, под стиль еще подходит, да, все такое. Точно не хочешь?
Yes.
Эх, я думал поменять ему эту куртку уже. Оф. Так, может к этим мужикам подойти? Опа, что нового?
there, working class drunk. You cracked it. All in a good day's work. What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is. Yes, and you found him. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though? Do marriages make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law. It's time to ace this case. There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell...
Так, где? Я помню, тут сидел пьяный мужик, да? И ее тоже нет. Ладно, видимо, поздно подействовало.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
Ага.
There's nothing for you to understand here. It is not her death you are investigating. I was 22 when I returned from King Guillaume's Akira operation.
The Ikeda operation was a 7-year campaign.
Ну, 7
during
лет
which
так-то много, да.
suzerain Guillaume's army forcefully united.
I won her back. But while
You were like a dark cloud sucking the joy out of every living thing around you. And you,
I
those days and memories are gone.
The old soldier says nothing, but when his glance quickly runs over Gaston's face,
there's nothing for you to absolutely not. She died of pneumonia in her bed at the age of 79.
his face is motionless, like a marble.
I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck. It used to be. But the communards were fond of them. You know what? No.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the idea for you, was it? She...
Enough! I can go over these matters.
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I think you are...
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer.
А чё
How
новое?
may I head the cities? Sweet, sweet Jenny. Of course, officer. Sure, officer.
Ничего нового.
The-
Это обман.
No, thank you.
Убедить Гастона отдать сэндвич. Мне нужна риторика и самообладание. Как же много у меня одежды, а? О, плюс самообладание. Но мне этого явно не хватит. Плюс риторика. Так, ну и... Так, а это что? Это я зачем ношу? Это нахер мне не надо же. На. Я забыл. Так,
Vigilance officer?
8%
What can this
всего
old
лишь.
carry beneath?
All you observe is a
Не, ну
veteran.
тогда уж явно не получится ничего. С 8-то процентами. Это будет долго. Слишком.
It is such a pleasure to see you again,
8%
officer.
тоже.
A man so
Ну, короче, у меня ничего не получится с ними. Так, что я надел-то ради них-то? Рубашку я поменял свою мощнейшую. И все. И обувь поменял. Вот так вот. Восприятие только -1 и все. А все остальное нормально, так в плюсе. Хорошо. Отлично. Так, что там новое-то появилось? Что вот это вот за табличка? Опа. Все, думаю, можно себе позволить посмотреть в этот бинокль. Это какое? Вот это не рабочий, да ведь?
this coin operated viewer
Открытому. Ой.
This coin operated viewer, why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. They got as far as the street lamps and that statue on the intersection before something went sour. I suspect it was Evrard Claire's doing. He muscled them up. We should have done something about the Union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Your money disappears into the coin slot. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry. The lenses shift. The ghost
это опыт дало.
sharpens into an islet in the bay.
Ну,
In the
неплохо за
ruins,
25
a
центов.
man-made structure is visible. A half-sunken. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
Ладно. Так, что? Что прикачать? Внушение, может? Ну, конечно, я его могу только до 4 прикачать, но хоть что-то давайте. Вот так вот. Хоть какое-то внушение уже хорошо. Так, куда я бегу? Куда я бегу? Я должен был зайти. Сейчас бы самому вспомнить, куда я должен был зайти. Так, тут каждый раз, кстати, новые мысли появляются. Ну ладно, сейчас что-то нет. Так, туда надо зайти, сюда надо зайти. Ну. Так. Помочь пришел я.
Can I help you?
What is this thing?
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So,
This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little
got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting...
Ну-ка,
Эй.
стоп, так.
Well, well. Bringing in that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
Не думаю, что стоит ему говорить о
Oh, hello,
классе
dear.
все-таки.
There you are again. Goodness, how is he? Did he?
He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected, he couldn't get...
Oh, yes. That's my Morel. He's bound, but I am so relieved to hear that he's okay.
You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging bodies fell.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old...
Reflexively, the lieutenant...
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. I'm getting ahead of myself. I was...
Betoncourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa...
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like...
She had no fit.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved. Sweat. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see. I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were... For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, we were on our first date when I told him my story. You should have seen his face. He said my description.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
Our first.
The sigh is tender. The sigh is tender, yes, but tempered by...
Not all of them, as far as I remember. Some of them. It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be tall. Of course. I've thought about it. But Morel says... So how did I know what to imagine? It was only when I started telling my... You trying to tell us you saw the Insul Indian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here.
I thought it was a wonderful story, ma'am.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was...
Все, спасибо. Так, что с тобой?
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a...
I've got nothing to say to you.
Так, ты.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Ну-ка. Давай. Ну, что-нибудь новое есть?
Smart boy. You go do that.
А, да, точно. Мне же еще это надо с ней поговорить снова. Но она мне наврала там где-то еще немного, непонятно где, конечно. Где-то там, да. Так, ну-ка. Сейчас попробуем снова.
The
Если что,
machine is
загрузимся.
dead and silent. It needs serious maintenance.
Понадобится ремонт. Блин, жалко. А я мог же выиграть. Еще бы немного и все
Oh,
бы
hello,
получилось.
dear.
Так, ну с тобой ничего. Так, ты.
Again? I can't...
He might be wearing a disguise.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
Yes.
Так, ты. Со всеми надо заново попробовать
Hi again,
переговорить.
gendarme. Oh, a committee. And if I may ask, gendarme, what is this committee about? God, of course it is. My friend is old, as though I don't have enough gold. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where. He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course. Not a clue. I'm not his agenda. I guess you will. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Ага, понятно. Ой, еще только 9 утра. Ну, 10 сейчас будет, конечно, да. Опа, бутылки. Это я знаю, что нам говорили, по-моему, что номер оплачен уже насколько-то там. Ну, до хера, короче, времени.
Hello, officer.
She puts her cup with a soft ring.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions.
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via de-encryption.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
The phrase was used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own...
Yes, was he bright?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just...
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
People who go to university know how to use words like internalize and integrate, officer.
There's more to this. She has an index in her head of... You can trust Pillar Bookhead, by the way. As far as I can tell, he's not singing to her tune. The only one besides me.
Ой. Слово для чего подобрать я уже забыл. Ее учили быть... Ага. И стало его... Вот это, наверное.
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. He was like the Seminole conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Norani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed. Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in...
She wouldn't. She doesn't have...
Did he tell you he had actually done?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy...
She takes a very small sip of her coffee.
Like, for example...
Actually, officer, I didn't know his...
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can tell.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
In Oranje, officer.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk.
Sex, alcohol, speed, probably also sildenafil.
He was 42.
42? Are you sure?
He had many scars that made him appear older.
Ну, 42, как
But
мы и
no.
сказали.
We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was...
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die. The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you.
blue. Like blue. They were like... Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful soft...
He had a combat wound?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his...
Ah, yes. His hair?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
No. Okay, sure. Here you go. What else are we missing, officer?
Oh,
It's clear she liked it.
quite a lot, yes. It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing how. Imagine him lying in bed.
Is this Oranese lit?
Yes, this is the very essence of Oranese lit. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arm. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port. Oh yeah. No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government... He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got... Change of topic, perhaps?
The lieutenant blinks. His expression. All right, let's see where this is going.
Cool. It very well could be. What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even... That's not funny, officer. A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet.
Hear that? Sildenafil. Just like you suspected. It's for maintaining an erection. Uppers are vasoconstrictors. So that feat, because you're a scientist.
How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I could do it for half of that.
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage without your help for now.
Видимо, все.
All right. Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Not my favorite topic. But how about we, change... Sure. The wreck? Yeah. Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort in...
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in... No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
What did you say? Oh my god. I'm sorry. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Oh, yes. One of my favorites. Like, not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. Very funky. It is.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Возможно, сломали окно. Так, вроде бы все, да? Ага.
You made the right call there. I'm talking about your zero tolerance policy toward the mania of narco. You're in the... Yes, you're pure. Unravaged by narco. Of course, it's pretty obvious you've done a lot of drugs in the past. Of course not. You've always been anti-narco militant material. You kept her off a dark course with that interjection.
That's good to hear.
Еще какая-то мысль.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all, below the damage,
Да, мы так
the
заметили.
weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity. How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol, as you could ask either one of them.
Huh? How old? 58. He was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
There's silent. Then,
Sure, you're 42.
wait. This requires scientific measurement to the laboratorium.
В лабораторию? Ладно, думаю, лучше бы у женщины спросил. Ой, так. Что тут? Это почти изучено. Это я разблокировать не могу, а у меня целых 2 новых исследования. И еще одно есть, оказывается. Что это? А, это из-за гримасы, да. И когда ты родился? Места нет.
Officer,
Так. Через куда пойти? Ладно.
This window.
Угу. Понял, что же this window. Это понятно. Слушай, Тим, ты не хочешь открыть свою дверь? Нет? А теперь я свою могу открыть. Ну ладно. Ой, там дверь есть в комнату Кима, кстати. Вот что интересно. Ладно. Ладно, дверь открытой оставим.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Ну.
Anne. That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. Fucking fuckity fucker. And what did she say then? That it's fine. People are supposed to be like that.
Yes. In fact, I think she's
funny. No.
Seems like they wanted to give Klasia a
Alright. All fucking righty then.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors. Type.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect.
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right?
Видимо, они
Also,
заплатили
your
что-нибудь
fists
такое.
are itching for a bump.
I asked for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to you.
But she didn't. She knows she can't.
Oh no. He's definitely compromised too.
Fantastic. So now you remember how to do your job.
Yeah, guys.
Why?
Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I've noticed the same. Yes, he meant Orani's literature. Women are always reading, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't sound very convinced anymore.
You can say that again,
Here we go. Bump it hard.
Чего? Стукни по нему со всей силы, стукнуть по кулаку своим, стукнуть сильно.
Your fist connects with his. Hard. The slam is a flash of pain, like slamming your fist against iron. He is stronger than he looks.
And now you, being a Clark.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses. Not bad.
Nah, I know her. She handled him. She got into...
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the...
Nah, I know. Yeah, you're right.
Well, it's as they say. You can do...
With an overdose, you can at least try to come off it. Take a bath.
Yeah, but I mean, she has an actual drug problem. Not like you. Not. I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot.
You know what? I am tired. Next time you see her, tell her.
This is the petulant raid.
That lying scamp.
Yeah.
On the floor, bear drips out.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in it.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not...
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
Убедить Тита, что им манипулируют. Ну-ка, подожди. Сейчас, секунду. А кто же им так манипулирует? Все интересно. Что-то я сам не понимаю уже. Сложно. Так, мне нужна риторика. По-моему, что-то на риторику у меня точно было. Было же что-то. Вот. Это единственное, да? Чёрт. Возьми, да. Что я еще могу сказать?
What is it?
Ну. Немыслимо 16. 42%.
Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
Мне снова нужен твой
No, we
пистолет.
fucking ain't asked.
No, Glenn. I want to hear this. Who do you think is fucking fiddling me?
Oh, you want more good options? Here we go. So good.
First he tries to kill him.
No. He's just playing his viola da gamba. Before becoming a...
He's working really, really hard to spin.
Time to move to more serious matters. Like what Rick...
Fuck that! Kick his ass, Bob!
You hear that? Well,
I do not understand. This fiddle play totally fell apart. The concept was...
Понятно. Ща все получится.
It's
Я вам
you
говорю.
again. What is it?
Должно получиться 42% шанс, вы о чем? Ну давай. Сюда.
Clausia
Да
is
ты чё,
playing.
чёрт, а?
It's you again.
Давай,
What is
быстро.
it?
Ну. Почти 50% шанс.
Clausia
И
is
все равно не
playing the
выходит. Как так? Ну-ка, если я сейчас вот, например, вот это вот надену. Обратно.
It's you again. What is it?
Ну, давай. Ну, чё так долго? Давай. 28% шанс
Clausia
всего
is
лишь. Ненавижу уже. Так долго ждать надо. Опа.
It's you again. What is it?
Ай, ну давай, ну чё, ну давай, да.
Convince
Ура, наконец-то.
Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will Fat Angus. Just remember, it's about more than Clausia. Outside, under the rising sun, tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with her morning light. Huh? He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Даже не знаю, что тут выбрать. Ну, либо вот это, либо вот это. Я не знаю, что их больше выбесит. Или вот это.
Yeah, we liked it.
It wasn't for your fucking entertainment, Dennis.
They kill you because they think it's funny.
We didn't light him on fire.
That's it. That's the weak one.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him.
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take... Angie, where's your goddamn inhale?
I left it home. I can't get it.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted...
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
Понятно.
What just happened
Что-то по
between
берегу
these
еще.
two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions. The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see. He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the...
Another nod.
'Cause the girls asked us to.
Girls plural. There's another girl.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug up. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench.
That's okay with the fat man, still wheezing there.
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse we hanged. Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. Yeah, she wouldn't. She's fucked it. They're powerful, connected to the moral intern. She's clearly a
That's all he knows. That's all.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on...
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with me.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistic...
These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still. This guy's...
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about...
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it, for political reasons.
The big guy turns to Glenn. The blonde shuts his mouth before...
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. We're Hardy Boys, and that's it. Nope, you're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to. Me too. You do that. Hey, cop, before you go...
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling.
She, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Понятно.
Fairweather T500.
У них под каждую мысль новые картинки.
Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it. Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon.
Классно. Плюс 2 координации против врагов в броне. Интересно, а кого считают за врагов? Врагов я в этой игре еще особо не видел так-то. Мне сразу прибавилось? Не, +1 только. А, ой, я же не надел ее. Ну-ка. Не, сразу не прибавляет. Ну и ладно.
It's you again. What is it?
Так, это все, да? Ну, давай. Это все, да. Больше нам не о чем говорить. Может, стоило заново осмотреть помещение, ну ладно. Так. Ага. Окей. Минус одно восприятие, не только. Эх, надо на новый уровень набить. Ты, может, что-нибудь новое скажешь?
Эй, there?
Не, ничего нового. Так, ну вечером мы сюда вернемся. Песни по педе жесткие, да? Так, идем. Снова к этой. Двери, кстати, сами закрылись, да, все. Так, ну-ка, давай.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate.
I understand. I know. For what it's worth.
Why did you waste?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into. You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension,
Briefly glancing over her shoulder, a grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon. The Pale, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
you share a database with them. You send people to their courts. I have people after me, and they have friends in the moral intern. Some are moral intern.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for... Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murdered...
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal.
What exactly?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledger.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired.
The job was Lou's County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI.
Lowe's Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me. I am a destroyer. People lost their jobs. Good people. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. We were there. Together. In bed, okay? He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me.
A great pain moves through her. A dark...
I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on.
Зачем на нем обувь
I
была?
bit the pillow, not to scream.
Ладно.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh. I'm not lying to you.
You may sometimes be bad at reading her.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus...
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines.
Good thinking. Clear your head.
Did you hear or see the
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be... Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they...
Ruby?
Ruby. Yeah.
The leader?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. Well, Ruby said, let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom.
To mislead you, they were tampering with...
To produce lividity, matching.
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time.
Oops.
About 20, yes.
Не
Ruby
хватило.
explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely. in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide
Интересно,
something?
да.
What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Glacia.
When he was shot?
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the gun. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't happen.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one would. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not oh God. That she did, of course.
То есть он говорит правда, вранье.
Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you
Понятно.
sweat.
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's...
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner.
What? Why would I put myself through this? He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are... It could have been a desire murder. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure.
She's getting scared now of you, the downstairs people, all of it.
What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. I thought you Ravishal people would be more enlightened on this. I'm sorry, officer.
She has the training for it. You've known it since she first greeted you.
I did not kill him to defend myself.
True, sire. 'Tis true.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. Like what?
Ну, все.
She nods, silently. He's thinking, or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her. Who?
Давай.
What? Dear Lord, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her, take it easy. Don't overcompensate with it. See?
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real...
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my... Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all...
She's not lying now. She really is very tired. Her metabolism is failing her. The afterglow of what...
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds.
Falsified document.
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job west of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. It's useless.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here. Past the Broken Suet. It's Katarzyna Elysium.
It's a Grad name. Jimsk or Yugo-Grad in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, tiger, economic desolation, and rock music-infused alcoholism.
My parents were Zhemsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Oranese. All I remember is Oranje. Elysium is my father's name. I haven't said it aloud in such a long time. That name.
She nods, her back's ready for the damage. She knows you're grilling her.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking.
That is the emergent. Anyone could know that, sire. By looking around and...
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was...
It checks out.
But I know the time of the call too.
Why is she so angry then, if she's so sorry?
I did.
Very good, sire. She will never admit to it, but we can see that she
Даже
didn't.
непонятно, верить драме как-то не очень хочется.
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
Fucking mind gang. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in. The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Ну, не знаю.
Please no.
Fragile.
I think I know who did it. I know who shot Lely. You know it was in me. Why would I do it? I have no motive.
She's silent for a second, as if...
Ruby. She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys.
What she's saying is... sex.
Sex. And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't.
Wait. Everyone, just wait. What is this? Derail this whole thing immediately.
Yes.
I do not. What exactly about your relationship with this person made you think she's romantically interested?
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when...
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more. I know what this sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all.
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it yet again, you're coming up with this? The worst thing is, it may be true.
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a live, and she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing...
Some of that fear, what are you talking about? She's afraid you'll...
You said there was a secret route there, right? She could have come up through there, then taken this shot. Right here, where I stand.
then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists?
Yes. She's been up here many times. She used to come to drink on the roof when, She would have seen us. My bed is right next to...
You mean to suggest...
No. No. Why would she do that?
She's not really sure. It was right above the... Don't let your imagination run wild here, sire.
You said there what she could have...
Then slipped...
Interesting.
Yes. The people. My bed is right...
You mean to suggest...
No.
She's not... Don't let your imagination run wild. Okay. Arrest the... Why? She told us some pretty interesting things there. Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Ох, даже не знаю, ну-ка подумать надо. Но я так подумал, что ее все-таки надо отправить в тюрьму, потому что, ну, она занималась промышленным шпионажем, так сказать, вот. Много людей, да, того, плохо им стало, работу потеряли. Ну, я просто на Вики зашел, там еще написано, кто-то совершил самоубийство.
Still? After all this, sir, but I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern and ground into...
She's gearing up for a last stand. This is it.
I don't know. To spend my days with smoke, and drink, and dick. You have those station calls, right? Where I have to show up at the station or I'll become a fugitive. You can... I know you can do that. Just let me come in on my own. In 2 months.
You do have the form.
That's it. I'm calling it. Kip definitely, sire.
Everything could change. This city, the extradition rules, maybe Ravishol could be free. I could be tried in a free Ravishol.
A free Revachol. There is a low, distant rumble on the motor tracks.
I find that hard to believe, miss.
It's coming.
The world can change.
Her political overture has succeeded, we see. This was her last card. There is nothing more she can say. The final decision is yours. She looks at you and wait. If you arrest her, shut up. He's making a decision, and it's his to make.
Давай.
I won't.
Я думаю, она
This
куда-нибудь
may
убежит
have been a
просто.
grave. Maybe. Maybe not.
I promise I will be right here all the time, nights too. I'll help you any way I can in this investigation, and I will be at Station 41 in 6 weeks.
There may be grounds here. At least.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you.
What?
She nods, then nervously.
Okay.
She slowly lights another cigarette. You are. This is not the end of this.
Попробуй снова, когда его не будет.
Lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath.
Ну ладно, вернемся к ней, когда дождя не будет, я думаю. Так, и сейчас. Чтобы мне прокачать. Так, полицейская волна, мусорный бак. А чё? А, это все обнаруженные, да. При этом они не показывают, какие у меня уже открыты, потому что мусорный бак мне незачем было скрывать. Карта на стене. Короче, блин, сложно ориентироваться на это. Давайте через это спустимся, может, что-нибудь тут еще посмотрим.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman. writhing inside, bathed in drugs. You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something.
You can barely see through. Better not. The footprints on the floor, however.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensation.
Понятно. Так.
You clearly see footprints.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here.
Да, мы уже их изучали. Понимаешь? Так, давай вниз. Так, ну-ка с тобой.
The man ponders his cooking utensil.
Так, я вернулся к вам.
It's you again. What is it?
Ну, давай, давай.
Why? Sounds like you're making her. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her.
And fuck you too, moral
Понятно.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it...
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised
Логика
at how
невозможна.
quickly a theory presents
92%.
itself if you keep looking.
Ага. Старинная винтовка тоже к этому относится? Подожди, надо на всякий случай сохраниться, а то еще в такой момент можно... 92% не максимальный шанс, не 97. Так. Вот это вот надеваем. И вот это давай, этого мне явно хватит уже.
It's you again. What is it?
Просто я боюсь, что шанс неудачи может сработать все-таки.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze.
Because she was here.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put...
She was here all night?
Но она наняла
11:30
другого.
to 12:15?
Скорее всего, наемника.
She was here during...
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
Alright. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out.
Of course. Ruby is the lady driver in this great big...
Just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to...
Alright, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during... You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
How? People say there was a...
East Delta Pinball Arcade.
Okay, but how'd you get up?
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the...
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Footprints.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
Но справа не истёрто.
That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look. Good news is, I'm still listening. I don't like guests.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key.
Now, the ribbon was old, faded. It had been there for 20 years at least.
Why? This doesn't make sense.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it.
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You say that's wall mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it? Why not? You can't draw a straight line. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Wow, man, can we?
That'd be awesome. I beat that.
All right, all right. We can get the barman to bring them down. What else?
Так, ну это, я думаю, не надо говорить. Это, на самом деле, самый важный диалог был там.
Doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof, but a route does not put that bullet in his head.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
You lost your gun?
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder?
Так, сейчас подумаем. Когда он ее потерял? Наверное.
No, you didn't. And Ruby didn't use you.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
Look, fucko. Ruby and I are pretty tight. She would have
Yeah, everyone...
I don't know, Glenny. Ruby's a little secret.
This one does not like Ruby. May prove useful.
Nah, man. She'd totally wave her gun in your face.
It's clear this...
Easy now, Glenn. What he's trying to say is, people who don't have...
You don't need to prove anything. Doubt is enough for now. And Titus must have some.
I don't know, Cop. Why don't you find your...
Easy now, Al.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we?
Phase 3. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit.
Really, Shanks? Closio wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just a...
Time for a logics demonstration.
Так, ну чё, вот этот вот мутный не очень любит ее, да? По-моему. Ну, я не помню. Ну, типа, да? Я не знаю, что.
You probably did, though.
It's just a thought experiment. Think, Shanky. You killed him. You got up there.
Fuck you, man.
She didn't either. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you...
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this...
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Not so useful. Yeah. Like what?
The big man.
Yeah, but
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
Fuck you. First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lot.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
So this is why Shanky doesn't like her. Useful for you. It makes him advocate against Ruby.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
Ну, мы собирались... Ладно, не будем это
That
говорить.
movie is queer as
Пожалуй, да.
cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a hardy.
And then, boss, use us to cover it up?
If it's true. But it's not, right?
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when I thought you...
Man, now he's just throwing shit
Ладно,
against...
это не стоило говорить.
We ruled out infighting. That's how this works, by exclusion. Remember, all we need...
Silence. The old man. A very small nod.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. I don't know where she went. She just got it. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical stuff.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. She's not far. We know that much.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place.
Yeah, Al. And we won't.
She's not really a hardy candidate.
She's not, Glenn. I told you. You. No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Sure. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock. That
Fucking hell.
opened Angus up like a can. Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it.
Silence. He nods.
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to.
Scared. You should be too. Everard's file on you seemed thin on info. She must know from somewhere else. From Jamrock. Something more.
No, her and Everard. They don't talk. They've never met. A little.
Where have you looked for?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. Sure, there's some shit houses there.
Возможно, там, в этом, в убежище каком-то, которое открыть техника, нужна 20.
That's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash.
We will start there. One more question. What does...
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. It'll have to.
Давай.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite.
Так, ну и ладно, были какие-то, даже вопросы не позадавали, почему она решила так легко ее покорить. Ой, это последнее, да? Мне скоро придется забывать какие-то навыки. Это не очень будет. Потому что тут их еще до хера. Ну ладно, возможно, некоторые из них я пропустил как-то. Антагонист, генератор, дата рождения. Ну давай вот это вот усвоим, да. Минусов никаких не дает, это нормально. Тут у меня минус 1 энциклопедия, минус 1 эмпатия. Понятно. О, деньги. Опа. Опа, надо приодеться обратно. Вспоминаю, что я одет был, да? Вроде все. А, нет, очки еще поменять надо. Вот так вот. Ага. Точно. Так, все. Все. Вроде бы. У меня, кстати, 1 патрон, да, все еще. Только 1, да. Ключи. Понятно. Так.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Ну, даже не знаю, о чем мне с вами разговаривать.
Again?
Yes?
Мне надо подойти к машине, да, по-моему.
Hey, was there another thing? Great. Yes.
Не о чем говорить. Все, идем отсюда на выход. Так,
You
мысль.
think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clasia. Anything struck you a bit off about this mishmash? No, they didn't. Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leap. Don't listen to this guy. The theory was so.
Чем мне снова к ней подняться теперь? Ну пойдемте поднимемся, поговорим снова. Я уже так надоело за ней бегать, а? Так, ну мы посюда пойдем. Давай, открывай. Ну-ка, может, следы заново оценишь?
You clearly see
Jackpot.
Не оценишь. Ну, то есть это кто-то другой был, да? Но, скорее всего, она наняла кого-то. Я не знаю.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain? I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't feel like I've won. I feel like clearly I haven't. We're having this conversation, aren't we?
the rain falls on her shoulders, tinting her.
I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility. For my sins, of course. Well, for destroying my first love. For working for bad people. I don't know what to say. None of this is fortuitous for me. The what? Oh, those ones. I mean, there's no reason for me to think they're somehow connected to...
She nods slowly. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous.
Странно. Так, одежда. Ладно, мне все равно не хватит шансов, чтобы ее во время этого дождя там переубедить. Так что мне все равно придется потом возвращаться сюда и говорить ей о сером небе. Все, сваливаем отсюда, идем говорить в машину. Опа, мысль.
Droplets of rain fall on the white on blue police livery. Do something important? Something murder related? There's always something. This is a Caprice Kanema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the look with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox. The Kanema is able to reach 100 km. The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the ox. Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look? 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
7.2. Supercharged. You mean the coil noise? When variable current passes through wires that make up the coils on the electric, when the frequency of the current in the coils falls within the audible range.
What a Beano Clark. Whatever you do, don't make fun of the lieutenant for explaining this to you.
I have pretty much maintained my vehicles by myself ever since one was assigned to me. You win it? Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the balance. Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
Все равно, что к мотокарете.
Inside,
Это
you
двигатель,
see a
кстати.
set of steering
Прям
levers, a
огромный
radio
просто.
microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Так, ну и чё там? Ну ладно.
Hold on. Okay. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer? Billy Majon, you said.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall, lit by orange desk lamps, far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago. But, Marie, do you remember a reader named Billy Majon?
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi
Муж Билли?
release, Lowe's Radio City 87.
Что?
Good. You have a name now.
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband... Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him. 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that. Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me? Yes, I got the mercenary's name.
The lieutenant leans in to listen. Notebook in it.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Cortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S. He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and this is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the East Brand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17. Then the armor followed him to Semenine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Ravachon. None, officer. Sorry.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory.
No problem, Lieutenant. It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So
It is. Thank you, Alice. A name. This is very good.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Just a moment.
10-4, Camille,
Можем доложить
officer.
что-нибудь
10-4,
еще?
sir.
Ничего,
10-4.
да.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I... It would...
Her voice.
Gottlieb, what is it now?
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a... Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? No? Not me. Okay.
Понятно.
You hear
Anything else I can help you?
Всё.
in the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Так, все, наконец. Так, с машиной закончили. Так, выдвигаемся вот сюда. Где? Вот сюда. Так. Оп, точно. Что тут у нас было? Мне тут нужно
This
было
orange machine
грубая
is
сила.
dead still. It has
Недостаточно
a
надежная
hand.
монтировка, да? Могу ли я как-то еще себе добавить грубой силы, если это поможет? Ну там, конечно, минус 20. Просто от монтировки. Видимо, больше я никак себе силы не добавлю, да? Это максимум. У меня и так плюс 2. От чего-то еще плюсом. Ладно.
This orange machine is dead still. It has the ice squeaks beneath.
Интересно, это вообще возможно? На минус 20? С 3% шанса?
This orange machine is dead still. The ice squeaks
Понятно. Ну, возможно, что это возможно. Но я, лично говоря, не уверен.
This orange machine is dead still. It has the ice squeak.
Ну, давайте еще попыточку так просто. На удачу.
This orange machine is dead still. The ice.
Ну да, не получилось. Так, все, наденем обратно. А, эмпатия просто в ноль ушла. Ну, понятно. От чего у меня плюс эмпатия идет, кстати? А, от этой. Понятно. Так, тут у нас дыра.
A few bricks have fallen off.
Ага.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. It's dark. The echo is so prominent.
What are you doing? Wait, really? You should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Ага. Оп. Да, я пройду, а?
Yes?
По идее, где-то же я должен найти эту, да? Так, ну а к этому я так ключи не подобрал, да?
Tiles on the cube like a smooth draw. The speaker.
Good. Please repeat. Good. Proceed.
Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else? Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are the filament slight.
Блин, непонятно.
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic.
Надо все
Your
пересмотреть.
flashlight, some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still the handwriting. The full outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman. These luck You should adopt one of those one of the Welkins, towering among the rest. Your eyes glide over the photo you see, albeit darker, a pinned postcard reads. This, it looks so minimi, stands for a meaning your eyes glide over.
Понятно. Я абсолютно не знаю, где мне искать этих людей. Вот что я могу сказать. Не знаю, может я там что-нибудь узнал, давай. Пароль какой-нибудь. Но я вроде все это смотрел еще, да.
Good. Please repeat. Good.
Ну, никакого пароля нет.
Fortress accident. Is there any? Thank you.
Tiles on the
Рано или поздно всплывать, пароль так и не всплыл. Ой. Оп, стоп, я сюда не ходил, да? Вот это я пропустил, конечно, важный проход. Что это? Открытка дельта 51. Понятно. Так. Я нашел человека, вау.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed. So what kind of diet?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelie is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters, I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system.
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Very good. My rate is 10 real, but take a look around and see if there's any...
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are... This person means you or no one else. Absolutely no falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what...
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift...
Creative.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building
Говорим о
complex.
какой-то негативной энергии. Что за херня, а?
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly.
It's because she's in cahoot. Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think?
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity.
Exactly. Truth is always sold, but I'm glad we got this sorted out.
That's all she has to say on the subject. Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone's...
Oh, quite a lot. Rats scuttle in the dark rooms, under the abandoned blow dryers and dusty mannequins. Cobwebs cover rotors and radio computers.
It wasn't
Ох,
merely
как
a
много всего.
gym, it was Artemiteps Boxing Club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and a kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym. Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling. I think it would take more than a gym to
Стоп,
help
если
that
это
kid.
труба котла, тут окно? Вы хотите сказать, она просто распилила и поставила тут окно? Что-то херня какая-то, ладно.
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse.
You should have known it. It's not really full of that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here.
You wouldn't like it either. A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet. Oh, this one's a mess. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an elite.
What's the snuff milieu?
Успех, но
Trust
вопрос,
me,
что такое
you don't
снаф
want to
мили?
know.
Ладно.
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims.
Nothing changes in her tone as she said. What does she mean?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No.
But what drugs exactly?
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
Even you can probably do better than that.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the and, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. At least it had some spark to it.
Зачем?
Most young designers just combine lace with leather and call it original.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the...
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief exec... Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula, or Tiumotiri, or Hashkor, or wherever he is. Sure, it's illegal, but it's not exactly anything extraordinary in business. Besides, Slipstream is history now.
They were just the props. Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it.
They were made by, honestly, the usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on...
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets, I have no idea.
They were just... Maybe you could make a sword out of one.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every night. They certainly took their work very seriously. Even if they seemed to be the usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, in the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic. And to show...
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
Still, not everyone is going to make it. That's the nature of the game.
The result is... what?
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revo Show ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Of course not. The bell was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, eventually Ravishell ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
Ты отключил его.
Maybe. Because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't.
Таксидермист?
He said that the
То
bear
есть
was
это был
his
при том
vision
еще и
beast.
чучело
He
медведя.
said he
Что?
met his vision beast while high on desiccants.
Я думал, просто медведь из
Called it
железа, нет?
Megatherion.
Sounds cool. Scary. But cool.
It's an imaginary beast by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved.
Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Little sparkling and outside its light. Light scatters from...
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? Oh boy, the place was owned by...
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could make...
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. They were also acne-ridden girlfriends, and they already had the bear. Of course not. The bear was eventually Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival. Maybe. Because the taxidermist who made the bear definitely was. He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he...
Sounds scary.
Megatherion. A mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast by telling you to do more...
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the...
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. Anyway...
Little spark outside its...
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long... Oh, right. I hope you didn't try... I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the...
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless, right? It can't be true. They don't work. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. Tricentennial Electric? It used to be a major electric company.
It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or...
A prank is more likely, no?
Так эта запись была, ей просто так сказать нельзя,
They
нет?
were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. Yes, I guess so. The arcade is an angel. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick track, especially pinball. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Doom commercial area.
Sure, I'm listening. Oh boy, the
А, ну
play.
про медведя зачем еще
What were
разговаривать,
the
я
other
не знаю.
ideas?
Of course not. Eventually, Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival. You did what? Ugh, of course they left it plugged in. Even in death, the berries cost him. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast.
Sounds scary, but...
Oh, anything else?
Ну-ка, еще раз.
Oh boy,
Хочу.
the place was on...
Indeed.
Хочу
Of
проверить
course
кое-что.
not. Eventually, Ravishell Ice...
Ну да, больше денег я не
She said
получу.
that the bear...
Sounds scary.
Ну ладно.
Oh, anything
хватит.
else? Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular... Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people. Nothing really.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my... Well, there's always something going on. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And
She's heard of the murder,
but I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides,
This person values focus above all. She keeps her sharp sight on the instrument.
it's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it. And
Если
I
это всё-таки
prefer
не еду.
doing
She nods.
Она где-то живет,
Anything
да?
else, officer?
А, нет, стоп, она же говорила, что не надо платить за аренду. Ладно, непонятно, короче, да? Так. Секунду. Мне нужен трепет, да? Что-то точно было на трепет, я помню. Во. И больше ничего, да? Опа. Так, готово. Навиком все это время на нее освечу. Равные шансы.
You feel nothing.
Ничего не
If
вышло.
anything, it's uncomfortably warm.
Начать раздеваться.
Excuse me. What?
Officer!
And why would you do that? No, I don't feel hot. We're in a dirt. Oh no, not the zipper.
A tool to get the zipper open.
And what technique is that?
Miss, I apologize for my colleague's behavior.
Officer, this isn't.
Now you feel something. The cold damp of shame.
Ладно, ладно, хватит.
Oh,
Смешно.
it's you again. Are you looking for a...
You feel
Да ты
nothing.
чё, а? 58%.
Oh, it's you again. Are you...
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside.
Didn't we already talk about this? What are you
Все ещё
talking
говорим о каком-то
about? My
проклятии.
address is exactly the same.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up.
This doesn't make any sense. Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from? You're right. I should take a trip. Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away.
Do you know what this is? It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan. It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney? Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative. But anyway, thanks for sharing your
Новая мысль.
theories, officer.
Не знаю, зачем мне заказывать у
Oh,
меня
it's
игральную
yours,
кость.
of course. Tell me what you have in mind. I think I have just the right one for you. You're a police officer, right?
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
Долго думал, я сразу уже навелся.
You overthink it. Your hands can't agree what to do, and the two dice drop to the floor.
Ah, down the drain, like your career. That one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli. It's a shade now.
Подожди,
was there any-
сейчас. Я пострю только. Ага. Понятно. Я не до конца прочитал описание, если что. Там что-то там про проверку было. Так, дай мне приодеться обратно. Только в координацию теперь. Но, по-моему, у меня ничего нет на координацию. Нет, есть вот это. Так. Вот это у меня было где-то. Ладно, я такое чувство УТБ. Что-то еще не надел, но вроде бы все. Все на месте вроде бы.
Oh, it's you again. Of course. Tell me what you have in. I think you're a
Бесплатная
police
почта, это,
officer.
конечно,
A beautiful
классно.
woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you overthink it.
Я поймаю. Я не хочу бежать за ней вниз. Хотя, возможно, мне придется туда и все равно спускаться, но я не
Oh, it's you
хочу.
again. Of course. Tell me what you. I think you're a police officer.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Mr. Smooth moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
What are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli.
She smiled at you.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
Так, ща, подожди, осмотрим эти кости. Доступные белые проверки. Откройте вкладку «Карты» в журнале. А зачем? Открыл. Ладно. Ага. Я так и не сходил к отцу, кстати, этого. Забыл. Что тут? А, новая мысль, да, какая-то? Нет, да? Никаких гарантий. Понятно. У меня есть 2 очка навыков. Это классно. Так, ну давайте последнее место разблокируем, да? Оно же последнее, как я понимаю. Так, ну и что? Давайте антагониста вот этого изучим. Ты, может, стоило изучить что-то без дебафов там. Так, а почему у меня вот это вот светится? А, потому что я не выбирал.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Alright, maybe some other die then? Ah, yes, fortress accident. The Wiro untethered die is a variation of a standard roleplay.
Ice, death.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice, and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something. It's an icosid tetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided.
Loving it. So nifty.
Maybe you have some other ideas for dice? What do you mean by cursed? Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with set. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice? A normal die? I'm a novelty dice maker. I'd polyhedral dice. Dice that have more than 4 sides. Octahedral. Come on now. Be a little creative. How about an amber die? Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. I had a feeling. Maybe you have some other
Не
ideas.
знаю,
No
нужны ли
need
мне
to
какие-то
rush.
еще грани.
Take a look around, see if anything inspires you.
Если что, к ней вернемся.
So someone's been a little boring. Yes, my Standard, liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
You? I would
see. You're so regular and vinyl brown. He doesn't even want to talk to you about it. Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's coppo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the you good, of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem...
Так. С ней вроде обо всем поговорил, да?
Oh, it's you again.
Да. Так, все, идем отсюда. Так, стоп. Ага, все, идем отсюда, да. Так, но код от этого я так и не нашел даже у него,
Tiles on the cube, like a smooth draw.
Ни о чем не знаю.
The speaker.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Good. Please repeat the password. I am
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you proceed?
Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube, the filaments.
Так, все, бежим. Так, ну к штанге так-то не зачем снова подходить? Что за мысль была?
The barbell waits patient.
Ладно, на выход. Талисманы какие-то типа наклеены. Кстати, на дверь. Или что это? Так, ладно, фонарик этот убирай уже, а. Так, стоп, а это что у меня? А, проигрыватель.
What have you found? And also, do you buy a novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then...
Before you say anything, ask yourself the narrative she's built herself. Just don't say you don't have any. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Ага.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that? I am not doing as well as it looks like I am. I only have my Simone's wards to thank for... Yes! Because her business consists of
Так-то
the
она не
psychic
относится к этому, как мы с вами сказали. Ну ладно, к этой территории.
Manipulation, detective. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Так, что у меня еще 2 очка навыков до этих? Ой, ну что, придется тратить деньги на карту какую-то.
The maps look old and faded.
Ну или
Your
украсть
eye
их.
catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and...
Давай
Always good
сюда.
to be informed of your surroundings.
Ну ладно, все-таки я не вор, так сказать. Вором быть не очень. Так.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez. Your finger moves through the various streets, finally coming to a halt on the spot.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to...
Понятно. Ух ты ж, охереть. А почему там было отмечено это Джойс? Это типа вот маршрут, к которому мне надо? По зданию какому-то из? Или это... А, вот, понял. Типа где что надо проверить. Ну вот это вот я уже выполнил. Ладно. Машина классия, танцовщица. Трепет немыслимо, дверь в церковь. Лилиен. Силень. А это где? Ладно. Стена на заднем дворе, это про что? Ладно. Ну, вроде бы все. Смотрел, да. Так, тут что? Тут что-то, что мне не продают. Так, тут биографии всякие.
Shelves full of
Да.
biographies of famous people. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels.
Вообще можно было бы книгами позакупаться всякими, да?
Hi, Ace Detective.
Ладно, пока что не будем. Оставим деньги при себе, так сказать. Да. Так, куда мне бежать? Что дальше делать? Спрашивайте о Руби в деревне, найдите. Ага, возьмите. Ага. Проверьте ловушки. Разговорите о силе. Помогите открыть клуб. Труп на пирсе. Ага, ну давайте сходим к этому, к отцу все-таки этого, да? Я вспомнил. Так, куда только бежать, сейчас бы припомнить. Не туда. Куда-то туда. Вот. Так, тут я забыл. Тут что для этой стены надо?
Just an
Тут
ordinary
нужна
wall.
концептуализация
Nothing to see here.
много. Есть что-нибудь еще там на концептуализацию? Посмотрим. Мне этого все равно, конечно, не хватит. Давайте попробуем одеться. Может, еще прокачаем, если что. Так, вот это. И все. Блин, мало. Мало. Плюс 2 только.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see
17% это
here.
всего лишь.
You have no clue. So many walls all over Martinez, weather-worn.
Так. Где она там? Концептуализация, вот она.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see
28%.
here. Why? It's a wall. An ordinary wall.
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business.
Because you see it. Fine.
Что-то я слишком много навыка потратил. Эту Ага. Концептуализацию вашу. Давайте вот так вот сделаем. Опа.
Just an ordinary wall.
Вот так вот.
Nothing. You have no clue.
Блин, не удалось. Один раз концептуализацию повышаем. Сохраняемся.
Just an ordinary
И давайте
wall.
теперь попытаем удачу. О,
Because this
ну
is
легко,
no
легко.
ordinary wall. It is sublime. All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage. Oh, wall father. Huh? He sounds tired. You already have the heavy fuel oil to use as paint. It's red. And Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush. This is on.
Откуда у меня мазут? Ладно, я не помню. Возможно, он про ту краску, которая у нее.
If you must.
Надо. Переоденемся попозже. Да какой попозже? Прямо сейчас. Грубые силы берем вот так вот. Сейчас пойдем на бой. Где там? Че? Я в чем ходил? Я вот в этой ходил. Так. Угу. Вроде бы все. Перед тем, как напитаться искусством, пойдем убьем отца. Ладно. Опа. Опа, деньги.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight.
Good.
The minuscule amount of amphetamine doesn't interest the lieutenant in the slightest. You pocket the bottle as if it were blasted before you face the beast. Deruita.
Какая поддержка? Я и сам налегке вытяну. К тому же она силы не добавляет. Ага. Черные джинсы на самообладание. Хорошо. Неплохо так. Ладно, в этих джинсах ничего нет. Вставай.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. As in the dark, it looks like a nest. Something, and it doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now, or you're gonna die. Your hand touches a greasy duvet. It's deep. You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man past that. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side. We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medic. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides,
the pile of blankets grunts miserably.
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock. Bearing next door is a gas company. He's wearing free socks from a gas. A groan rises from the man's throat.
Well,
the lieutenant's right. The man's there's still plenty to be scared of here. Just not what you thought.
No, it really doesn't. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but...
A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty, and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not aware.
Can't you tell? It happens to exceptionally committed substance abusers. Look, he's trying to communicate.
The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible. And then it dawns upon you. Pigs. He's trying to call you pigs. His hand falls back on...
At least he got to say his piece.
Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body.
Ладно, это был рофл, типа убить его, да? И что там с квестом?
The aging alcoholic.
Понятно. А я-то думал, будет настоящий бой, сложный, тяжкий. И вообще будет сложно. Думал, там силы 20 надо, да? А нет, ничего такого. Слабак, так сказать, ладно.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mule? Oh, not only have you...
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Does anyone in a city like this? It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like, yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. Shoot, Piggy. I don't believe it.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
There'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right.
She throws you a conspiratorial glance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might. This place is a sepulchre. What for? Well, if it's for art, but what kind of art are we talking about? Sounds like you're just about to live out your self-pity.
Это извинение было? 10 раз извиниться? В смысле, какое это извинение? Ладно.
Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck.
Да ты чё? Я тебя ненавижу уже. Чё так много? Опять концептуализация нужна. По-моему, больше у меня ничего нет, да, на нее?
Hello again, officers.
17% шанс.
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you. Stop quivering like
Понятно.
Hello again, officers. Have you
They do say.
Может повысить концептуализацию на еще один уровень? Мне же надо будет, чтобы что-нибудь забыть, наверное. Я думаю, наверное. Ладно, думаю, надо будет. Давайте повысим. Принять.
Hello again, officers. Have you come?
You don't have the skills to execute something like this in practice. But, oh boy, she squints her eyes.
On fire. I say, sod off. You don't have the technical skills to do that. I like your idea. Should have thought of. Then get your brush.
Oops, my apologies. You're a police officer and a grown-up. Why are you trying to impress her?
And I need an aircraft carrier.
How come you're letting this baby rat run circles around you? End this now.
Fine, take it. I'm all out of fuel.
You know what you've got in that fuel canister you scavenged from your Kanema? Red duck.
Let's go. Это так, что тут у нас? Тут у нас это дымоход, да, этот. Окей, нам это не надо. Ладно, идем, пока переодеваться не будем лучше. Останемся в этом, вдруг надо будет, чтобы рисовать. Ой, так, давай, на выход, на выход. Все, ща будет.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
Вот нарисовать. Ну, давайте нарисуем, я не знаю, что это будет, но давайте. Пиктограмма, то есть что-то рисунками. Ага.
You've spoken.
Выглядит как
The wall will
дерьмо
now
какое-то.
silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint,
Почему предмет
adding
потерян?
another layer of detritus to the city.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our...
Зачем я это сделал, я не знаю. Я просрал канистру из-под топлива. Это мне не очень нравится. Которая стоила мне 12 реалов. Это мне и правда не нравится. Эх. Так, к тебе я вернулся зачем? Я не помню. Потому что у тебя тут нет, да? Отправилась в деревню на побережье. Понятно. Приоденемся обратно. Так. Мне, пожалуйста, мою броню. Где она? Где? Где броня? А, вот она. Так, вот это, вот это. Все, готово. Побежали. Надо к Куна прийти. Так, не знаю, снова посмотреть на это.
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately.
Ага, ладно, ничего нового. Кстати, надо с ней поговорить, с этой еще, да? Которая на крыше.
Yes?
Да не, я не с тобой.
Kuno saw you wield that can. Sweet graffito action, pig. Kuno likes that delinquent shit. You're still a dink. Now what's your case with Kuno? Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. That's how we split it. It's the best way. Street way. Word on the street is, you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker. Distractions.
Not a single must.
Kuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo. Kuno knows what Kuno means. Alright. Kuno knew you'd try that. Tell him, Kuno's got brains. This shit doesn't surprise Kuno. So, major fuck. Kuno won't take this shit lightly.
It's hard to see how not giving a boy a bag of... Hard to see, but easy to feel. It's not hard to see at all. You hand out drugs to kids. The lieutenant's faith in your judgment will diminish significantly. None that you can see.
Tick, 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 tick. Decision time. What's it gonna be? You gonna fuck the Kuno? Alright. You fucked the Kuno. Everybody, Kuno got fucked by his pocket pig. Just when we get in our business. I told you he can't be trusted. Relax, see? We got plenty of Kilo. Kilo underground, in the tree. This is about you and Kuno. You mismanaged.
There is genuine disappointment below the act, sire.
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit. Yeah, that's right. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about that electricity and light shit. Just wants to pound on people and drink. Fuck that shit. Kuno's gonna move underground. Let I... Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno. The fuck do you know about Kuno? Yeah,
6 meters underground, below piping from before the war, the collapsed remains of the Martinez storm drain system. There are...
Yeah? How the fuck are you still alive, pig? What? Fuck right. Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Kuno told ya. Kuno, you got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you have a way in. Narrow window. Kuno window. Kuno's not fucking trying to be tough. This shit is real. Kuno's gonna go out like that too. Gonna be just like Kuno's violent dad. Stop saying all this. Fuck you talking, sad. Kuno's got hard shit, death shit, nothing shit. Get your fucking nun ass out of here before Kuno fucks it dead. You turn into... Kuno ain't turning into shit. Kuno...
If he doesn't stop soon, he's going to collapse from...
Kuno won! Oh, you won, Kuno!
He did not win. There is a crack in there now, and it's spreading across the face of his...
Yeah, so fucking what? Fuck are you talking to Kuno about that kiddie shit?
He's trying to fuck you.
Fuck out of here. Kuno knows it's fucking lame. That's why Kuno changed it.
Don't change your name into that, Kuno.
Fuck right there, where? That's right. It's a shithole.
Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno.
That didn't change shit, pig. That only made things worse. Fucking so...
It doesn't work, Kuno. Only our shit works.
The fuck about it? Your test...
Get lost!
Yeah? The kingdom of... Yeah, whatever. The fuck do you want with it? Good call, pig. Kuno doesn't...
Ладно. Опа, мысль закончена.
Opioid receptor antagonist. Halt. Put down the pipe, scumbag. The narc is on the scene, and he's gonna tell it to you straight.
Надо было еще вот это вот подождать и... я случайно. Подождать, пока это появится, и потом уже поговорить с Куно. Алкоголь не дает отрицательных эффектов, наркотики не дают положительных эффектов. Дерьмо какое-то, я не знаю. Ну, конечно, алкоголь не дает отрицательных эффектов. Прикольно, да, я понимаю. Ну такое, зачем мне это? Я не собираюсь ни бухать, ни наркотики употреблять. Типа зачем? Просто зачем? -1 боевой дух. Короче, забудь об этом. Давай вот это вот изучим. Все. Что новое?
I'll die before I...
Так. Блин, по-моему, в этом доме еще живет в 20-й квартире кто-то, да? Не в этот дом же надо было. Мы побежали обратно. Как же долго туда-сюда бегать, а? Мог просто перелезть этот забор, я не знаю. Так. Ща. Посмотрим. Вот эта дверь стала зеленой, да?
A weathered brown door. Something smells good. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased... Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary. Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
The lieutenant motions towards the...
Hello?
And someone turns down the radio.
The police? A moment.
Tidying up.
Come in. The door is open.
Ой. Сейчас осмотримся тут для начала. Понятно.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy.
Жалко,
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in... No. This is something much worse. Is he not?
It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away. Without...
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie. They came home later. The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. He has a problem. He's probably in the parks drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up. No, I guess I'll find out when he decides. It shouldn't be long from now. He's never gone for more than a few days just to return a book of mine. Why? Why all those questions, Detective? Did he... I think it was, Thibaut's The Glinting Curve? Oh, it's in Jamrock. The one at Mayros.
Central Jamrock.
I think, yes.
It is.
His old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as... No, well, the lining is hand-sewn. It's blue.
She folds. Here it comes.
People got to eat? What is this about? Why are you suddenly asking me about my cooking?
Она нервничает. Так, подожди. Мне надо вот это вот снять. Возможно, что-нибудь еще на эмпатию найти. Вот это. По-моему, больше у меня ничего нет на эмпатию, кстати, да? Ладно.
She looks up, too anxious.
How have I been? You're not...
Can't write a scene without knowing the actors. Ask more. Get comfortable around her.
Плюс 4 из 10.
I don't want to.
Чего не хочешь, надо захотеть.
She looks up, too anxious to say anything. I don't want to.
Высокие шансы, когда мы не стали спрашивать, как вы. Но все равно ничего не получилось.
She looks up, too anxious. I don't want to.
Да ты чё? Чё у тебя не выходит?
She looks up, too anxious. I don't want to.
30% шанс срабатывает так часто. Я сам уже не могу. Да ты заебал уже. Блять. Чё не так? На очки сними, я не знаю. Без них мир виднее стал. Чё так сложно? Блять. Чё же мне так не везет, а? Может еще что-нибудь это? Давайте майку наденем.
She looks up, too anxious. I don't want to. There has been enough. I don't want to. Force yourself. Slap. She looks up, too anxious. I don't want to.
Когда уже сработает этот шанс, я не могу. Уже. 72% шанс не срабатывает просто, и все. Вроде и приоделся нормально так, а вроде бы ничего и не выходит. Не знаю, давай вот так вот.
She looks up, too anxious. I don't want to.
Я занимался.
She looks up, too anxious. I don't want to.
72% шанс не срабатывает. Сколько уже попыток? 6,5. Меня надо 2 шестерки, да, выбить? Как обычно, да, все?
She looks up, Too anxious to say I don't want to.
Одна шестерка. Угу. Понятно.
She looks up. Too and I don't want to. She looks.
However,
Can't write a scene without knowing that I don't want to.
Да что, неудача, две шестерки? Что?
She looks up. Too anxious to say anything.
however, I
Can't write a
Ой,
scene
да.
without knowing I don't want to.
Ну выпало же две шестерки, по-моему. Нет? Странно.
She looks up. Too anxious. I don't want to. I don't want to. Force yourself. Slap yourself.
say what?
She looks up. Too anxious to. I don't want to.
Это долго. Надолго затянулось. Очень. Так вот тебе удобнее говорить будет?
She looks up. Too anxious. I don't want to.
Ты чёрт. Я не знаю, может, баг какой-то вообще. Как может так не вести? Когда шанс неудачи только 30%.
She looks up. Too anxious to say anything. I don't want to.
Я уже занимался.
She looks up. Too anxious. I don't want to.
1-1. Отлично.
She looks up. Too anxious. I don't want to.
Или эту проверку просто невозможно выполнить? Вообще никак. Я не понимаю. Может, все-таки есть что-нибудь еще на это, на эмпатию? То я не знаю, что мне еще делать. Да нет у меня ничего.
She looks up. Too anxious to say anything. I don't want to.
Я не понимаю, это невыполнимая проверка сейчас идет, которую просто невозможно выполнить.
She looks up. Too anxious to say I don't want to. She looks up. Too and I don't want to.
Ладно, знаете что, давайте позже попробуем, а на этом пока что закончим. Уф, что же, всем пока.